Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori. This is Africa 54. We begin this evening with shocking news from West Africa. Burkina Faso's military has overthrown the government and seized power in a coup. Brigadier General Gilbert Diendéré will lead what the military is calling the National Council for Democracy. General Diendéré is a longtime ally of former President Blaise Compaoré, who was sacked in a popular uprising last year. Now, a soldier appeared on state television Thursday and announced the stunning revelation that the government has been dissolved and that interim President Michel Kafando has been stripped of his powers. Kafando and the interim prime minister were arrested during a cabinet meeting Wednesday in the capital Ouagadougou. The United Nations Security Council is demanding their release and has condemned their detentions in the strongest terms. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon says he is outraged over the military and called it a flagrant violation of Burkina Faso's constitution. Now, for more on the sudden turn of events in Burkina Faso, Dany Ayida, an analyst and expert in governance with Africa Labour Group, joins us on the phone from Ouagadougou. Good evening, Dany.
Good evening, Vincent.
Yes, now first, how can you describe the situation in Ouagadougou this evening?
The situation is very critical since this coup d'etat has interrupted the political process that has started since last year and will be ended with the presidential and parliamentary elections that were scheduled for October 11 this year. All the actors were involved in that process, and the coup d'etat was an event that surprised everybody here in Burkina Faso.
So what does this mean for the immediate future of this country?
Yeah, Burkina Faso is a small and poor country here in West Africa, and the people, if you see the political framework and the civil society organizations, all those people were fighting for, for better life, for the opportunity for them to succeed and see a new realize take into account this country. And I think this coup d'etat is something that seems very bad for the country. For the future of this country, it is very critical because nobody can say how Burkina will be tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The trouble is very, very big, and the international community was involved in the electoral process. Now, nobody can say how the ECOWAS or African Union or the UN will say according to that framework and the way that the population will react since now.
Well, Dany, thank you very much for your insights. Dany Ayida is an analyst and expert in governance with Africa Labour Group. We continue our coverage on Burkina Faso with VOA's Emilie, who joins us now on the phone from Dakar, Senegal. Hello, Emilie.
Hello.
Yes, now we know that you personally were about to go into this country, which was to hold elections. Tell us about what has been happening in the run-up to the planning of this election.
Well, since the former President Blaise Compaoré was ousted from power last year, so about 12 months ago now, there have been several crises, especially crises involving this presidential guard who is behind the coup that is happening. Since there were people who were formed to protect the former president, when the president was ousted, their very own existence was jeopardized, was questioned. So people to the street in February to ask for it to be disbanded. Then in July also, they called for the prime minister to resign. So there's been a build-up to this crisis. It does not surprise anybody that there is this tension. It surprised the people that it actually they just took power.
Now, some are looking at this as perhaps an attempt at a comeback by Mr. Compaoré, or was it just a survival kind of mechanism for that particular elite military group?
It is too early to tell if Blaise Compaoré is behind the coup. What is for sure is that the people who took power yesterday are definitely one of his former supporters. But Blaise Compaoré hasn't talked yet, and we don't know where he stands. in this.
Well, we'll continue watching developments there. Emilie, thank you very much. VOA's Emilie reporting from Dakar, Senegal. Now